Hi everybody, it's Julia from Matheson Travel coming to you this week from San Francisco. And I had a sort of funny thing happen to me this week that I realized in retrospect really has some lessons learned that can apply to your travels. So I just wanted to share with you, and hopefully you will heed the lesson. I'm sure that we've all made a mistake before. So the deal is I got rid of my car a couple years ago living in San Francisco, so I use a service called Zipcard, which is like an hourly rental service that's really located all over the place. So you may be familiar, but if you're not, you unlock and lock your car with this card. You reach up on the windshield and hold it to a little sensor inside the car, and that's what locks and unlocks the car, and also lets them know where you are, what time it is, for returning and everything like that. And they definitely tell you that you're supposed to lock and unlock the car with the card, and that makes sense when you're checking it in or checking it out of its parking space. But I was using it to run a couple errands before I went to a dinner, and so I just got in the habit of locking and unlocking it with the key fob. It was just faster and easier, right? And it's the way we always do things. So after dinner, I offered to give somebody a ride home, and we go into the car, get in, no problem. Car won't start. Totally dead. No starter, no nothing. The lights did turn on, so somewhere in the back of my head, I knew it wasn't battery, but of course, what do you do when your car won't start is you look for a jump. We got a neighbor or a roommate to pull his car around, had to Google how to jump the car because I'm with a bunch of millennials and that's what they do, even though I thought I could probably do it myself. But anyway, we went through all this rigmarole, and of course it didn't work because it wasn't the battery that was the problem. And finally, after wasting about 15-20 minutes doing all this, pulling out flashlights, etc., I called Zipcar, and lo and behold, it was because I wasn't using the card to lock and unlock the car. So as soon as I did that, car started, problem solved, right? So that's a really silly little story, but as I was thinking about it on the last night and on the way home and stuff, I was laughing and saying, I thought I knew better. I thought I knew what was wrong with the car. I thought the way I'd always done things, locking and unlocking the car, was perfectly fine. That's the way to do it. I didn't follow carefully the instructions, and I didn't contact Zipcar immediately. And that's really something that you should think about when you're traveling. You may be used to either taxis or public transportation wherever you are, but it may work a little bit differently in Europe, for example. You may be used to looking for unleaded when you fill up your car, but make sure you don't have a diesel rental car. That's something that Europeans do a lot when they come over the US, believe it or not. And I don't want it to happen to you because that's actually a really expensive, bad problem. And the second lesson is always, if you're having a problem, usually the fastest way to get an answer is to just go ahead and give the service provider a call, because they're going to have the fastest and easiest answer. So those are two little quick, easy tips. I hope that you follow them and don't have little hiccups on the way like I did the other night. That's it for this week, and I'll talk to you next week.